Guys, I hope you're having a great Thursday. I wanted to come on here to talk about the solar flares, the X flares that are going on the planet, and this massive shift in energetics that has happened since the end of the beginning of April, actually. So to begin, at the beginning of April 8th to be exact, we did that meditation. It was a very powerful day, powerful week, in fact. I mean, I had so much energy, I didn't know what to do with it. That week and the week after. But then I started actually feeling much more emotional. I had my cycle, when my cycle started in April, I actually really felt incredibly overwhelmed. My level of energetics has been a little bit decreasing, so feeling a little bit more tired sometimes. Not so much throughout the day, but in the morning, I feel like I'm struggling a little bit to wake up, and I sleep incredibly well. I sleep by listening to meditation, to subliminals, and I definitely I'm working on that subconscious level the whole time to really recreate the reality that we're living in. But the energy is very, very strong and different. And of course, we are seeing aurora borealis. We're seeing weather, like now we are in May in Portugal and bloody raining, coming down, cats, dogs, and everything else. So it is quite something. But I think that we are not really paying enough. Well, a lot of people are unconscious about it, but I've been seeing some really amazing videos by incredible women, and I will share one of them here because it's one of the better ones that I listen to, which actually really tackles a lot of the information that I really would love for you to tap into and learn, because understanding what's happening energetically and how your body reacts to it is actually another confirmation that we have to pay attention to this vessel, because our spirit is trying to ascend. Every part of our body, every organ in our body is also connected to the tree of life. And of course, as you know, the tree of life, or maybe you don't, but if you didn't, you can look it up. The tree of life is about going from Malkut all the way to Kether. So from the base all the way up. And of course, this ascension goes into different parts of the tree, right? We stop at different levels of the tree to learn something. And on the tree of life, angels go up and down, right, left, and center to open up and lock doors to learn and go on and so forth. And as we have the tree of life, there is also the tree of death. So people are reacting in very different ways. If they are spiritually aware and connected and want to learn and want to be open, the tree of life is available to them. The tree of death is equally available to people that want to stay willingly into that unconsciousness and not attached and connected to this matrix because letting it go is too scary. It freaks them out. So the other thing is that I always relate, a lot of women in the comments of this one video that I will post down here on YouTube, by the way. So if you're listening to this on Instagram, go to YouTube. That particular, I always mention the hormones being like angels, being messengers, okay? And a lot of the comments in that video that I'm going to share talk about how people are feeling, how women particularly are feeling. There is weight gain and fatigue and a lot of hormonal issues. Why? Because angels are trying to talk to our body to open up pathways to make sure that we can stay healthy and we can upgrade a cellular level. Now, if you're not taking care of this body, if you're not taking care of this vessel, if you're not dealing with trauma, if you're not layering up and connecting all the things that make us human, which is the emotional, the spiritual, and the physical, you are going to feel a lot of the symptoms and they are going to be a struggle. So our job is to make sure that we are tapping into the knowledge that we inherently have. Some of us maybe got to that knowledge a bit earlier because it's part of our job, our journey. We are here to share it with you guys. But all the women on this planet that really want to open up, you are the healers of this place. And with all the shifts that is happening, and I know it's scary and it's very unsettling and it's a little bit bizarre, but if you are upgrading and ascending, trust me, you're going to manifest the things you want to manifest, which is very uncomfortable into this system, because it's how we think about money, how we think about the economy, how we think about work, how we think about sexuality, how we think about relationships, how we think about everything. And it's about raising our consciousness by connecting to our creator, because that universal energy, that creator's energy, is talking to us, telling us, listen to the angels in your body, open up your tree of life, connect to the tree of life, the esoteric one, for ascension. That doesn't mean that we are going to physically lift off the planet and go. At this point, I don't know. I'm sure we're going to get so upgraded that we will be able to do things that right now feel like the X-Men or crazy, sci-fi, like telepathy and stuff. But we already do that if you think about it. Have you ever come across a synchronicity, like you're thinking about somebody and that person calls you, you're thinking about something and that person that happens, or you are feeling something and it will happen exactly like you're manifesting? But that's why I say we're manifesting all the time. And sometimes people are like, you have to really focus on the positive to make it manifest, but it's about the feeling of manifestation, because truthfully, the thing is that sometimes we want to manifest something and the opposite happens because that thing is not meant to happen for us. So there's a lot of inner work, right? And it's completely fine. But paying attention to our vessel is really important. So that was the message that came to me. Make sure you are healing through and through. This is no joke. Really important. The other aspect of this is I feel like we need to make sure that we are paying attention also to, well, our belief system. So not get stuck into any dogmatic approaches to things, but actually really being open to receiving lessons that maybe we never paid attention to before. In that case, really observe everything, question everything, try to get guidance from spirit and angels, because we are connected to them. We all have assigned angels that speak to us and guide us. And just allow yourself to be, open to that experience. And as I said at the beginning, to the tree of life, where you're ascending and you're feeling all these beautiful things, there's also the tree of death, where the opposite happens. There is the ascension or the descension perhaps, but everything is flipped the other way. So the lessons you would be learning on the tree of life, you're not learning on that. You're getting stuck in the matrix. You're becoming more dogmatic. You're attaching yourself to things just because it's convenient, out of fear. So we have to really be careful on which side we're going to be on, because that is really the difference to how we're going to feel and how the planet is going to feel. The other thing I wanted to share is this: if you are feeling like you are in an alternative reality, I feel you. And I know I was talking to a friend of mine about this last week, and today happened as well. Something in the air feels very different, like almost like the colors are not as bright, and not just because it's raining outside. Everything feels a little bit like it's got that yellow tinge, right? Feels like I'm in between two dimensions, like in between. I really feel that way. It's like I'm not quite sure where I'm at, and I feel very, very vulnerable and unsettled. And I'm like, I'm definitely in between something. So in this time, I've realized that it's so important to deal with trauma, because at that point, in between these dimensions, your conscious mind is weaker. So your subconscious is taking over. And once you open that door, things from past lives or past in this life will flash through, and it can make you feel incredibly overwhelmed, incredibly angry, incredibly emotional, incredibly everything. And it is the time to sit down and actually journal about the things you're feeling. If they are coming from, sorry, just spitting on myself, why not? If they're coming from right now, or if they're coming from the past, or even a version of you in another dimension, so quantum leaping, whatever it is, experience it and explore it and journal about it. It's real. I cannot actually describe it to you. I just felt like in this haze. It's the best way to actually explain it. I've been feeling like I'm in a haze. So yeah, I wanted to share this. I hope it's valuable to you. I hope it makes sense. I hope it helps you figure out if you're feeling really unsettled and in between. I think a lot of us are feeling that way. Go onto YouTube if you're listening to this on Instagram. If you are on YouTube, go into the show notes and you will see the link to that particular video. It is incredible. I was so impressed with the message because I've been thinking about it. I've actually been exploring X flares because I was made aware of them by Kyle a couple of years ago. So I've been following like these flares. They've been happening for a while, but definitely since April 8th, the energetic shift of the planet has been incredibly impactful. It's like a boom in your face a little bit. So yeah, I wanted to share this. All right, my guys, I will see you soon. And thank you for listening as always. And please, if you have any input, if you are feeling the same, if you're coping with stuff, share, because I think we all need a little bit of support. And I hope this community can bring support to one another. I know my videos are not the most elaborated. I am not techie, but I'm sharing from the heart. And this is what I'm going to do because this is what I can do. All right, bye.